Here we have adversarial robustness of deep sensor fusion models. In this work, we experimentally studied the robustness of sensor fusion models from the following 4 dimensions. First, we compare the robustness of deep sensor fusion to single input channel neural networks in the context of single channel attacks. Second, we study the impact of fusion architecture on robustness. Third, we study the impact of the nature of the threat model. And last, the efficacy of adversarial training in improving robustness to single channel attacks. The models that we are using in this paper is deep sensor fusion network. Specifically, we are interested in camera-LiDAR fusion for 2D object detection tasks. For the LiDAR channel, we have depth map as input, and for camera channel, we have RGB image as input. And the object detector we're going to use is YOLO version 4. We have 2 single channel models, YOLO RGB and YOLO depth, and 2 fusion models. On the left side is early fusion model, where the fusion happens at the input level. And on the right side, we have late fusion model, where the fusion happens at the feature level. The attacks we're going to use is white box decision time attacks on fusion model. We have 2 different threat models. The digital attacks, where the perturbations are applied on the entire input, and physically realizable attacks, where the perturbations are restricted within the car bounding box. In practice, we use projected gradient descent to approximate the objective. To defend those attacks, we use adversarial training mechanism. Because we have those different threat models, we also have the following adversarial training variants. Here, in the experiment part, we use data from the Waymo open dataset. And this is an illustration of how YOLO late model predicts all the car bounding boxes in the scene. And the metrics we're going to use is mean average precision. So in the experiment's results, we have those plots where the y-axis is the mean average precision standing for the model performance, and the x-axis is the attack strength. If it is 0, it means it is the performance on the clean data, and epsilon means that it is the strength of the image attack, and gamma stands for the strength of the LiDAR attack. We can see from these 2 figures that both fusion models perform better than single sensor model. And secondly, fusion models are more robust against single channel attacks, especially for LiDAR attacks. Next, we look at the effect of adversarial training. We have found an interesting phenomenon called cross-channel externality, where adversarial training on one channel will largely hurt the robustness of the other channel. However, after joint training with both attacks, such problem is alleviated. The second problem with adversarial training on a single channel is called adversarial overfitting. We can see from the figure at the bottom left corner that after adversarial training on full image attacks, the model predicts some large empty bounding boxes on the road, but with perturbations applied on the image, which is to the right of that figure, the prediction went mostly accurate. If we try another threat model, namely car image attack, for adversarial training, the overfitting problem largely disappeared, as we can see from the bottom row. In conclusion, sensor fusion models are more robust against single channel attacks than single channel models before and after adversarial training. Second, adversarial training on a single channel is problematic because it not only overfits with the background perturbation, but also makes the other sensor less robust. Third, jointly training on both sensors can mitigate the problem of single sensor adversarial training. At last, the nature of the attack, whether it's digital attack or physically realizable attack, it really matters when it comes to adversarial training.